Good morning, or should I say good afternoon. I am Razzle11, and you can find me on Twitter or X at Razzle11Grinds. This is the DFS Army YouTube channel, and we are going to take a look at some pitching for today, the 5th of April. It is Friday. We do have a 7-game main evening slate. I'm not really sure what they're calling everything. Everything's split up a ton today, and I don't understand it, but here we are. After a couple days off, both due to the slate types and me being sick, and I do apologize. You might hear me being sick in this video, but we power through. We will take a look at these games. I will give you some pitchers that I am looking at, and hopefully a pitcher or two that I am debating a fade or will be fading. So let's take a look right away. At the top, you get Spencer Strider, 11K, ridiculous price against a very difficult opponent. I don't think we can fade Strider, but I also don't think we need to go too heavy on him. Early indications from our numbers show that he's going to be somewhat popular, uh, somewhere in the 30 to 40% range, which seems pretty aggressive to me, especially for an 11K price point. And especially because his teammates on the offensive side are in such a great spot, and they're all pretty expensive that I find it hard to believe that Strider's going to be, that popular. Um, this pitching matchup, Logan Gilbert, Freddie Peralta, very interesting to me. Um, of the guys here at the top, Logan Gilbert's the one guy that I am considering a fade on. Uh, was great in his season opening start. I just don't know if he projects overly well against Milwaukee. Now, with that said, I'm not a huge Milwaukee fan. I don't think their offense is going to be very good much of the season, or at least their team shouldn't be all that good. But they're swinging it confidently. They play pretty well traditionally at home. So Gilbert's one that I'm just going to have to dig into the numbers a little bit more, get an idea of his home road splits, etc. But he's the one guy here up at the top that I am really considering the fade on. Right now, he would be in my player pool, but thankfully, I don't have to make that decision until a little later in the day. Freddie Peralta does interest me. Seattle does strike out plenty. Freddie Peralta's notoriously been great at home. I believe his numbers last year were insane at home, but he's just a small minus 125 favorite in this matchup, which does surprise me a little bit, but probably comes from the fact that they are facing Logan Gilbert on the other side, is probably why. He is somebody that I'm just always going to play, or generally try to play because of his K upside. Uh, Trying to find his K prop quick while we're on. K prop sitting at 7.5 with juice pretty strongly on the over right now. So uh, that tells me quite a bit. That's tied for the highest number on the slate, but the other one, Hunter Green, at 7.5 with the juice on the under. So those K numbers are pretty intriguing. So I'm gonna have to be all about Peralta. Another guy that I'm gonna end up being on quite a bit is going to be Nola, coming off of a rough first start against an elite Atlanta squad. Now faces Washington. Such a such a big matchup difference from his first start. K prop 6.5, but the juice is pretty strongly on the under, which isn't overly exciting, but he's a minus 185 road favorite. I'm very interested in Nola, and I think there's going to be some people that just see his first start, see that negative number with all these high numbers around him, and kind of skip over him. Other guy up here that I'm definitely jamming in is going to be Brady Singer. Dominated the Twins. I kind of missed this performance. I think I was playing light over the weekend, but 10Ks season opener against the Twins. Uh, that's definitely putting out a statement. Taking on a White Sox team that's not very good. He's a minus 185 favorite. K prop of 5.5, but the juice is on the under, so uh, numbers are kind of suggesting he's going to fall back down a little bit at this point. Hunter Green, like you mentioned, definitely interesting because of his K numbers, K upside. The Mets offense looks horrendous, but that is a ballpark that allows plenty of home runs to be hit, and Hunter Green does give up home runs and walks. Uh, that combination is not great because big innings happen, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Um, I think Cutter Crawford's in play. Like this is the first slate where I feel like maybe the top 8 to 10 price guys are all somewhat in play for us. Um, I'm debating going with the fade on Hunter Brown. Generally, don't like to take pitchers against Texas. In Texas, at least that was last year. Um, I'm just not sure that I want to go there or rely on it. Eric Fetty is interesting to me, coming off of a pretty strong stint in the KBO, I believe. And Kansas City, while having some upside to their offense, still isn't a super strong top to bottom offensive lineup. So there is some interest in Fetty. Uh, and I might get to Fetty more than Hunter Brown. I don't really have any interest on the guys lower. Obviously, that can change as lineups come out. We dig more into some of the weather, that sort of thing. But I'm not going to expect Bradford to follow up his great opening start uh, against Houston. Don't really think we can trust Griffin Canning, even though I don't know that the Boston lineup is all that strong going forward. But we're definitely not using Henry against Atlanta. Not going to use Jose Quintana in that ballpark, and definitely not using Patrick Corbin. Uh, I don't care how inviting he is with K upside. I'm just going to pass and probably be stacking the crap out of Philadelphia. Um, yeah, so kind of a little different video today because I feel like there's just so many pitchers that are in play. Um, Maybe as the day goes on, we're going to have to eliminate some. It depends on what kind of a player you are. I'm a mass multi-entry guy. I'm gonna build 150 to 450 lineups using our optimizer and my settings. So when I'm doing the 300 or so lineups, I can get away with using 8 to 10 pitchers. Uh, I try to keep it at 8 or 9 generally, but I do allow myself up to 10 on main slates. It just kind of depends on how I feel about the slates and if there are any guys I truly want to eliminate, because I do definitely want to eliminate some guys. Uh, Actually, need to based on how I build. I like to be able to go overweight on my entire pitching pool, and in order to do something like that, I do need to eliminate some guys that at least carry some ownership. So it'll be interesting to see where the ownership lies today. Um, If you wanted to make a bigger stand, I would not blame you for trying to fade Spencer Strider. It is a dangerous thing, but his price tag, Arizona's offense is dangerous enough that if he doesn't pick up a bunch of strikeouts, go six, and get the win, like you're going to see multiple guys in this area that outperform him if that's the case. So I can definitely understand a fade of Strider. I'm just not sure that I can get there at this point. So there we have it. There's kind of a first look at my pitching options for today. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on to get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to get access to our coaches, tools, cheat sheets, Discord, etc., I'll put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's RAZ, for 10% off monthly. And as always, best of luck, everybody.